Welcome back to today's video. I've got a fun video for you today because we're going to be learning how to make one of the most basic and traditional meals probably of all time. We're going to be roasting a whole chicken today. And even though this might not be something that you're familiar with or you don't do on a regular basis, I want to show you just how easy it is. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, well, I remember as a new wife thinking, I can't roast the chicken. I'm gonna buy the breast, or I'm gonna buy the thighs. I'm gonna buy individual pieces of the chicken because it's just so much easier, right? But I can tell you, as the cook of my home for many years now, roasting a chicken is very easy. Great teachers that I have learned from have given me the confidence and the encouragement that this is actually the easier way. So generally, when you go to the store, it will be cheaper overall to buy a whole chicken. Don't be intimidated by that, because when you buy a whole chicken, you can use the meat from the chicken for many days for many different things. And then you also have the benefit of the bones, which can give you a beautiful stock with which to make soups and stews. And so it's really a frugal way to extend your purchase of meat for your family. So one of my favorite chefs of all time is Jacques Pépin. He is a fantastic French chef. He has great videos on YouTube. If you really want to learn the basics of cooking, I couldn't recommend his cookbooks or his channel highly enough. I'll put his link in the bio below. But his recipe for roast chicken is my all-time favorite. It's so good. It's so basic. He doesn't overcomplicate it, which is great because a lot of chefs overcomplicate things and make meals that should feel easy out of touch. And the reality is, I don't want someone doing that for me, and I don't want to do that to you. So if you're watching this video today and you're feeling like, I could never roast a chicken, I want to encourage you that you can. It's actually really easy and it will help save your family in the long run. So I have here a beautiful 6-pound whole chicken, and I'm gonna make a roast chicken tonight. So what you're gonna wanna do is first set your oven to 425. Now, the ingredients for this recipe are very simple. You're gonna need butter, salt, pepper, and some butcher's twine, which isn't really an ingredient, but it's something that you will need. I also recommend a good cast iron pan. Cast iron is probably the best because of how hot it gets, but you can also use a nice stainless pan as well. So the idea is that we're gonna truss our chicken. All it is tying your chicken up nice and tight so that the juices stay in to keep it moist. And then the chicken will be flipped a variety of different times on the cast iron. We're gonna start off by heating up some butter on the stove, and we're gonna brown our chicken a little bit on one side. And then we're gonna stick it in the oven for 20 minutes. And then we're gonna take it out and we're gonna turn it to the other side and stick it in the oven for another 20 minutes. And then we're gonna take it out and we're going to put it on its back and baste it a little bit. Basting is just taking the liquid that the chicken has been in the pan and putting it all around the bird to lock in that delicious moisture. And once it's on its back and it's been basted a bit, we're gonna stick it back in the oven for another 20 minutes. So it's 1 hour in total to cook a whole chicken. This one might take a little bit longer because in Jacques' recipe, he had a 3-pound chicken, I have a 6-pound chicken. However, my oven runs very hot. We'll have to see. I will use a thermometer just to check. So now that I've given you the basic instructions, let's go ahead and roast our chicken. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is truss it. Now I have butcher's twine here. I just got this on Amazon. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the butcher's twine underneath the chicken, like this. And you're gonna make it even on either side, and you're gonna cross it. And once you've crossed it over the top, you're gonna put the twine underneath the drumsticks, so that they're nice and tight. And you're gonna tighten it like that. Then you're gonna flip it on its side and you're gonna tie it tight together on the side like this. So the idea is to get the drumsticks attached together with the twine, and then you're going to tie it tight on the side. This just keeps all the moisture locked in while it's cooking. So now that we have finished trussing our bird, we're gonna go heat up about 2 tablespoons of a good butter on the stove in our cast iron pan. Okay, and one thing I forgot to do over there was to salt and pepper the bird, which is super important. And Jacques actually put salt inside the cavity. Obviously my bird is trussed, so I'm not gonna do that. But I will just go ahead and salt all over the bird generously, according to taste. And I'm also gonna put pepper all over the bird as well. So do that now if you haven't. Okay, so our butter has been sauteing on the stove, and now we're gonna put our bird on the hot cast iron pan on its side. We're gonna start with the side portion. We're just gonna saute it a little bit, roll it around in the butter, and let it get nice and browned on that one side, and then we're gonna stick it in the oven on its side, just like this. All right, friends, here is our roast chicken, all cooked and ready to enjoy from the oven. As you can see, it got nice and browned in the oven. And I actually am gonna take some more of those delicious juices and just baste it one more time before we eat it. We do not want to waste those delicious juices from the bird. And that's it. Simple as can be, an easy roast chicken to enjoy with your family. We will eat this tonight as it is, and then in the coming days I will use it for a variety of different meals, finishing off with a nice homemade chicken stock that will nourish and be a comfort to my family. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you haven't checked out Jacques Pépin, I do recommend that you do. He's a phenomenal chef and a great teacher, and I think there's much to be learned from him, so do go check him out if you get the chance. And as usual, I thank you so much for tuning in to today's video, and I look forward very much to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye for now.